from Jamisa, going for the motion. The government is responsible for the rapid increment of goods and services in the Gambia. I don't say anything there. That is the wonderful topic that she is going to debate on. So, thank you very much to the participants, and you're welcome to this hall to showcase your talent. As we said, one bit of it is the opposing partners are not around yet. Perhaps before we start, as we intend to have a break for prayers, and then we kickstart the debate. So we want to call on all of you that these topics are very, very wonderful topics, and
it won't be justice to talk about education without knowing what is education. Education is a gradual process which brings positive changes in human behavior or life. I am delighted to be granted the privilege to stand before you and speak for the motion which says form system of education is more advantageous than great system of education, which I firmly stand to support the motion. Before going further, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the chairperson, honorable timekeeper, judges, and my co-debaters, audience present here. Good afternoon to you all. To put the cart before the rat, let me define what is a form system of education. Form system of education is a system where a group of young people who study in the same classroom during one school year. Mr. Chairperson, I wish you will give me the chance to stand here for the whole day and speak for this, and also convince the Gambia and the continent at large that form system of education is the best for the Africa and the Gambia. Mr. Chairperson, will you agree with me that Thomas Jefferson, the third president of USA, René Descartes, the French who completed college at the age of 8 and got his degree of law at the age of 22, William Shakespeare, England's national poet, who started his education at home and never attended a college, neither a university. Galileo, an Italian philosopher, an engineer for that matter, who proved that the earth revolves around the sun. And Paul, who was a Greek politician, a philosopher, who during the classical period, all these educated individuals were never a great system students. My audience, this will convince you that form system of education is the best. I know you will not be convinced, but let me give you one advantage of form system of education, then you will be convinced. The first advantage of form system of education over a great system of education is we spend lesser years in form system of education than a great system of education, which is disadvantageous to other parents. The parents who lack financial resources, the parents that have nothing to support their children. Mr. Chairperson, you are all aware that in form system of education or in great system of education, students are pushed every year from one grade to another, like wheelbarrows. And we are aware of that in form system of education, students are never pushed like wheelbarrows. They work hard to get their promotion to their final examination. Are you aware that in form system of education, exams are gone over the world, which we say international examination? while in grade system of education, it is based on continents or part of a continent. Example, white, which means West Africa Examination Council for senior schools. Form system of education is always the best. I will go back to what Mr. Sabali has said here. We as the Gambians, or in Africa, we believe that education is what will benefit for ourselves. I have built a house for my family, is what is my education. But let me remind you, education is where you change the world. Education is where you change your country. And education is where all your citizens or all your objects will depend on you. Look at Russia and look at Ukraine. A portion of two different countries have killed all the world. Look at presidents are going to pay for help from a country of Russia. Can we work for ourselves? We lack the English. We just lack the knowledge and the skills. This means that our education based on our education, our knowledge and our skills. My fellow co-debaters and audience here, I believe if you are not convinced for this, then I will also tell you that all names I mentioned for you here, like William Shakespeare, the English poet, who have started his education at home and never attended college, neither an university. This means that his poet is the one convincing the world, as we all have right now, a great man right now, who says that his skills as a convincer is to read points and convince the world, and the Gambia in particular. I will tell you that. Now my question is, what does grade system have, what relationship does a grade system match with education? And what is the relationship between education and grade system? Our education is only based to have knowledge and skill. So why are we depending on grades? Look at how grades have bring differentiation between our society. A student with a student will be different by saying that Mr. X or Mr. Y will be in grade 10 as 1, while the other one will be as 2, which brings difference between students. I will stop here and thank you for your listening.
Thank you so much, the first speaker. And then he has dwelt on the proposition form system is more advantageous than the grading system. So, but now let's leave the rest of the work in the hands of the judges, which they are going to work without fear or favor, or by doing justice to the subject in hand. So what is important is to forward your submissions. Your submissions or your contributions have been had by both the members of the audience and the members of the high table. Then analysis would be done. We will get into the assessment aspect. The last part of it would be the implementation, whereby you would know the feedback. In literal word, when we talked about feedback, means an information to a particular person or an information to a particular person.